Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League Spike Magazine Trophy. This is it. We are in the final two teams of the second open competition of the season, and it is in fact the number 1 versus number 2 seeded teams. Tonight, we're gonna have the NC Snakes versus the BoLieve Broncos, Moob versus BB Nut, Dark Elves versus Nurgle. BB Nut, the current reigning Chaos Cup champion, looking to be the first coach in league history to win 2 back-to-back competitions. We'll see if they can pull it off tonight, but I'll just say we've only had one upset in the top 8 so far, just one, and the NC Snakes, the number 1 seed. Let's take a look at the bracket real quick before we take a look at the two teams. The NC Snakes, the number 1 seed, faced off against the number 8 seed, the Gutterballs. That was El Marino's Orc team. The NC Snakes advancing to the semifinals to face off against MAML Nightmare, Festoon's Necro team that defeated the Tizork Savage Boys. That was Tizzle Bizzle's Orc team. The NC Snakes, of course, winning their semifinal match to make it here to the finals. The BoLieve Broncos, the number 2 seed, facing off against the number 7 seed, Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clypheus. That was a Norse team. The Broncos winning that in a fantastic match. And then the only upset we've had were the Pipstars defeating Philosopher's Song in a Lizard Mirror match. The Pipstars advancing to the semifinals, losing out to the BoLieve Broncos, and now the BoLieve Broncos in the run back of the Chaos Cup. These two teams faced each other in the Chaos Cup. They're back here again for the Spike Magazine Trophy. Can the NC Snakes dethrone the Broncos? Squiggy McSquig, Festoon, Sweet Bunny, SP Beaver, Festoon, Houndot, Black Wolf, welcome everyone to the stream this evening. Squiggy McSquig says, loving the energy, never heard of this league. How about a wee bit of exposition? Sure, this is the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League, MAML for short. We have 3 open competitions a season. Anyone can join, whether you've played Blood Bowl before or not. The top 2 players from each of those open competitions will end up in our invitational at the end of the season. That is the Blood Bowl, of course. And then a few other teams may qualify as well. It just depends on how the bracketing works out. We have our rules listed in our Discord. In fact, I'll put a link to our Discord in chat right here. After the finals here tonight, we're going to open up registration for our third and final open this season, the Dungeon Bowl. If you want to play with us, you don't have to have played in our first 2 competitions this season. You can join us and have a lot of fun with us. Blood Bowl is a fantastic game. You can make it. You can make it to the Blood Bowl. You don't have to play all 3 competitions based on how our rules are set up. We have a rules channel in the Discord. If you'd like to play with us, just hop in our Discord there in our Blood Bowl channel. My name's Avian2. Say, hey, I'd like to sign up for your competition. I'll put you on the list and tell you how to sign up. It's super easy to do, or you can just wait. Registration is going to open tonight. Instructions will be posted in channel, and you can do it then. But before we get there, we have 2 teams to duke out, who are duking it out here tonight to be declared our Spike Magazine Trophy champion. The home team, they've earned it. The number 1 seed, the NC Snakes, coached by Moob. They're coming in a TV of 1,520,000 gold, 15 players on the roster. 2 will not be starting this evening due to injuries. Unfortunately for the Snakes, one of those is going to be their blitzer. The number 4 player, Copperhead, will be out in this championship matchup. Otherwise, they have 2 Witch Elves, 3 of their 4 blitzers, and a whole bunch of Linos. 1 Apothecary, 1 Cheerleader. I wholeheartedly love the cheerleaders. 1 cheerleader on the roster, 7 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the reigning Chaos Cup champions, the BoLieve Broncos. They have 13 players on the roster. Everyone's healthy, for some definition of healthy for Nurgle teams anyway. That's going to bring their TV to 1,580,000 gold. That's just 60,000 gold in petty cash. Going back to the Dark Elf team, not a whole lot they can do with that. We'll talk about that briefly just before the game begins. But they have just the 3 Pestigores on the roster. They have all 4 bloaters. They have the big guy in Mark Cloud and a bunch of Linos as well. 1 cheerleader, 7 dedicated, man, all the money these teams are making. 7 dedicated fans and 3 rerolls. How are these 2 teams going to play tonight? We'll talk about the Nurgle team first. The Nurgle team, they're a bashy team. They want to murder elves. That's what they want to do. Lots of teams want to murder elves, but this this Nurgle team is going to try to punch these elves off the pitch. They have the 3 Pestigores here with horns. That's going to treat their strength as a 4 on a blitz. Lots of block on the roster. A number of players with Mighty Blow. A number of guardsmen as well. There's 2 players with tackle. That'll be a big factor in tonight's matchup as well. But they're going to try to take marks. They're going to try to punch elves in the face. They're going to try to remove elves. The end. That's the game plan. It's a resilient team. This is a solidly bashy team. Lots of strength on the roster with those bloaters at a strength of 4. Not disturbing presence. Foul appearance will also be a pretty important factor in this matchup. We saw BB Nut do this expertly in the semifinals, but you position these players in such a way where your opponent is incentivized to take a block. Maybe they have to take a block against these foul appearance players, and now suddenly they fail the foul appearance roll. They've lost that block, maybe even lost that blitz, and now they're in real trouble. The rot spawn's going to be crucial as well. We saw BB Nut with excellent positioning with the rot spawn. The rot spawn with those tentacles is going to treat these, is going to attempt to tie down these dark elves, right? It's the rot spawn's strength minus the dark elf's strength. That's going to be probably a 2. So looking for a 50-50 die roll to try to get away. So in other words, what Tentacles is doing is if a Dark Elf is marked by this Rot Spawn and they try to dodge away, a D6 has to be rolled first. On a 4+, they're going to stay right where they are. They're not going to be able to get away from this big guy. That could be a problem for this Dark Elf team as well. Why? Because the Nurgle team wants to punch him in the face, wants to remove him, get those blitzes with perhaps JD Whitey here with Mighty Blow, with Tackle, with Horns for the strength of 4, of course, with the block skill as well. How the Dark Elf's gonna prevent this? Well, frankly, they're gonna stay away, right? Let's say they win the coin toss at the beginning of the game, they're gonna run back. We've seen the stakes against these really bashy teams. They've DACA'd off the line. They're gonna retreat to their own end zone. They're gonna try to stall out in that way. They have the speed advantage, 6 and 7s across the board as opposed to 4s and 5s. On the BoLieve Broncos roster. Of course, Bonix, the Pestigore, has leveled up and picked up an MA of a total MA of 8. Very, very fast player. But otherwise, the speed advantage is with the Dark Elf team. Naturally, the edge advantage is with them with 2+ across the board. They're going to come off the line. They're going to make this Nurgle team approach them and engage them. Then the Snakes are going to try to open up a lane, run through, use their speed and agility to break free, and then they can run towards the opponent, the opposing end zone, and they no longer need to stall. They front-loaded their stalling rather than stalling at the end of the half where they're going to get punched every single turn. This way they can try to stay alive and get on the board. When it comes to defense, it's going to be really, really tricky for this team. They've got to really be mindful of this Nurgle cage. They need to stay in front of it. They need to hold the Nurgle team to a blitz a turn. Otherwise, they're going to lose players. Now, having 3 blitzers with the 2 Witch Elves, that can be a huge advantage for this team. Again, Edge 2+ means every positive dodge is a 2+. They only fail on a 1. Lots of speed means they can get to where they want to go. So let's say they're on defense. The Nurgle team's on offense. The Dark Elf team's going to kick the ball. Unfortunately, they don't have a kicker on the roster, but they'll still probably try to kick that ball deep anyway. If they can get that ball deep in the opponent's end zone, they have a speed and agility advantage. They can try to rush that ball and prevent the Nurgle team from caging up. Remember, the Nurgle team has lots of... They're not fast. They have lots of block. They have lots of guard. They want to stay grouped up. They want to get that guard. They want to get that guard and make sure they're getting their assists and getting their blocks. Oh, this scares me. This scares me. Oh, no. We're already starting Blood Bowl 3. All right, well, I'm going to stop jibber-jabbering. We're going to see if Blood Bowl 3 is going to behave. And we'll get the finals started. All right. All right, we're going to kill the game. We're going to restart. Something's going on. I'm gonna kill. Something really weird is happening right now. All right. We're gonna get this game started here, I think. Please. Cyanide? I beg you. There we go. All right. All right. 60K in petty cash going to the Snakes. Not a whole lot they can do with that. Probably a K. Oh, of course it's raining. Of course it's raining. What better way to play a final than in the pouring rain? All of the catchy type of stuff is going to be a -1 now. I think that hurts the Nurgle team more than the Dark Elf team. Picking up the ball off the ground, catching the ball, trying to intercept the ball. That's all a -1 now in the rain. The Nurgle team on defense has set up in a cups formation. And now the Snakes on offense with 3 on the line, spread pretty wide here. 2 in either wide zone. Cottonmouth, number 3 blitzer, back to receive this ball. No kicker for the Broncos. Squiggy McSquid rooting for the defense. Brilliant coaching is going to go to the Snakes on the kickoff event. They pick up an extra reroll. Praise Nuffle. They're now up to 4 rerolls for the half. Ball kicked to the 12-yard line, just off the right sideline. Turn 1 of this final game underway. El Numerino, Electrics Man, James Like Snacks, welcome all to the stream. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, Blood Bowl 3. Oh, give me a break. This is not me, mind you. So I am wired. I mean, maybe it's me, but I am wired into my router directly. Obviously, it's not me. The stream's still going on. Something has happened. Something has happened with Blood Bowl 3 with the latest patch where it just does this. Third time's the charm, right? Third time's the charm? It's not me, it's you. Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm getting very annoyed. I'm getting very annoyed. Tarek79, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Black Void. What I think is happening, BB Nut and Moob are really sad that this is happening. And so what they're doing is they're talking to themselves. They're saying, how much money should we give him to make him feel better? $10,000? $15,000 perhaps? All right. Oh, you paused. Thank you very much, BB Nut. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, this is so obnoxious. This is so obnoxious. Perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. That was great. Yeah, of course my connection's lost. Oh, come on. You are. You are. I'm so sorry. BB Nut and I worked this out. It's a brilliant Better Call Saul style of scheme to get you to lose the match by being time griefed. Oh boy. This is real fun, right? It's like a weather delay. All right. 17th time's the charm. That's the saying. I got it wrong the first time. 17th time's the charm. Here we go. Hey, is online and offline mode different? I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. Wow. All right. All right. Oh, look at these great sports pausing the game. All right, I'm back in, fellas. I'll message in Discord. Turn one for the Broncos now. Oh boy, I'm afraid to do anything. Dude, I am blitz against Tiger, the rookie lineman here. Gets a pow out of this. Cauliflower on the block, the level 4 bloater. Has block, mighty blow, and guard. Mighty blow gives you a +1 to your armor or your injury roll, whichever you need it for. Unpauses and move concedes instantly. That's right. That's right. I'm afraid to draw anything. I'm afraid to touch anything. Under a minute to go here in turn 1 for the Broncos. So they're taking them. I am very surprised that the Elvin offense here did not DACA off the line. So they're trying to control the pitch here. The Nurgle team naturally taking marks. They want to get as many blocks as possible on their upcoming turn. Mediocre greatness, welcome to the stream. I'm sure it's the rain causing the signal loss. Turn 2 now for the Snakes. The season so far for the Snakes, they are ranked they were seeded number 1 for this competition. They are ranked number 2 in terms of league points. The Broncos seeded number 2, ranked number 1 with a record of 17-3 and just 1 loss. Every time there's no action, I get super nervous. It's like, is this it? Are we going to disconnect? Hound out rooting for the offense. I'm rooting for the software. Hey, there we go. Ball's going to shift to the left here. It stays on the 14-yard line. Oh, that's a good call, Electrics, man. We can watch the clock. If the clock is ticking, we're good. Elder Burrito says, see you guys, the internet is a series of tubes. And right now, they're all clogged up with elf blood. So the Snakes contemplating what they're going to do with this turn. They are staying right where they are. Not afraid to go toe-to-toe with this very aggressive, very bashy team. Eridus, if I haven't welcomed you to the stream, welcome. Good to have you here. Eridus, lowering the rush failure rate. If you own Blood Bowl in tabletop form, you can look it up in the rulebook. Page 46. Rushes fail at a 900%. Eridus graciously lowering it to just a 99%. Tried to go... Come. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Tarek says BB not using time make is technically half a draw in itself. Am I already going to be logged in? Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am. What is happening? If I'm already logged in, then just let me play. Yeah, I saw that too, SPB. I don't know if that's just additional data coming. Well, I don't know. It can't be. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. This is so obnoxious. This is so obnoxious. Oh, if the problem persists, we can contact bloodbowl3.zendesk.com. I'm sure if we file a ticket, this will get resolved in a timely fashion. Festook says, oh, like they resolved my issue submitted back in July, which I haven't heard from since July 31st. Yeah. PBNet says, just spoke to Jimmy Fantastic. He didn't have any issues with the World Championship game today. Oh my god. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. BB and Moob, you guys don't have to pause on my account. You guys can keep playing. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. You know what the worst part of this is? I don't think that retry button's centered. You know what? Let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment to like feel better about it. So, you know what, Blood Bowl 3, I'm sorry. You're actually beautiful. You're wonderful. I love you. All those things I just said was mean. That was mean of me. I shouldn't have said that. You're the best. There's nothing I love in my life more than you, Blood Bowl 3. You are the light of my life. You mean the world to me. And I am certainly not plotting anything against you. Elney Marina says, I attempted to log into BB3 directly and watch, and I'm having the same problem there. Yeah, I'm fairly confident. If I had to give a percentage, I would say I am 95% sure this is on, oh my god. This is on, a perfect, that's a great screen, look at this! Yeah, now I'm 100% confident this is, this is on Cyanide's side. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. Oh man. Da, 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 da. This music isn't the music I would play when I'm having technical problems. Look at this. Hey, 81 million pages. That makes a lot of sense. Do not demand death until we are in a match or Nuffle kills the stream. Oh, now the game's just locked. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, come on. This is obscene. You know, let's try the retry button. We haven't tried that in a while. Let's try the hey, oh, it's already logged in? We'll retry again. Can you imagine? Just imagine for a second you were shopping on Amazon. And Amazon's like, I'm sorry, you can't make a purchase. You're already logged in. Oh, okay. Well, what do you want me to do? I don't know, but you're already logged in and I don't like that. Okay. Oh, Blood Bowl 3 online service isn't currently available. Let's see if it's available now. If you don't log in, you'll be offline. All right, I'd like to log in. You can't log in. You're already logged in. Like, but, okay. All right. I am so sad. I am so incredibly sad. Squiggy McSquig says, have you tried praying to the Omnissiah? I have not. Move says, I just scored 2 touchdowns and then BB Duck conceded. Can you believe it? Madness. All right. I was going to say, what are the odds it lets me log in? I was going to say 40%. See if anything's happening on the official server. All right, let's try this one more time, and if it doesn't work, we'll figure something out. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. All right, let's figure this out. All right, I think we might have a solution here. Let's see. All right, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then we'll do... All right, what we're gonna do is we have Houndot graciously streaming this game, Houndot not having any issues. So we're gonna give you just a second, we'll get this sorted. All right, I think we're good. My thanks to Houndot for we're kind of streaming a stream here. So I think this will work out. I have no control over the camera. I can't. So we'll just have to rely on on our new cameraman. All right. Oh boy! Turn 2! We're on turn 2, everyone! Oh, great! All right. The ball's on, let's see. Oh, woo! The ball's on the 18-yard line at center field here for the Snakes. Dude, I blitz. It looks like by Bonix there. Oh, hey, there we go. Everybody, everybody's disconnected. All right, at this point, come on. I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on. Is there someone at Cyanide that just doesn't like my league? Oh man. Whoo! All right. We're gonna see if Moob can get back into the game. I hope they can. If this ends up being a big problem, we'll just well, we'll figure it out. It'll probably be a game restart, but at a later date. But today is BB Nut says Evie just told me there's been server issues all night. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, BB Nut and Moob, you're free to play the game. If either of you are uncomfortable, and you guys are great sports, so I'll leave you at your word to this. But at some point, if you're uncomfortable, we can just stop the game, and then we can replay it at a later date. Of course I trust that you won't use that as a tactic, but we'll see what happens. But clearly there are problems. A kind sir, welcome to the stream. PB Nut says, "Oh, I'm great right now. If I'm down 0-2, I might be uncomfortable." 3-9 block against Moccasin number 2. The number 7 Dark Elf lineman gets the knockdown here. No armor break. Oh man. Bonix currently playing in the left inner linebacker position. I gotta tell you, so I very much appreciate, big props to Houndot for restreaming this. But boy, it is disorienting that I don't have control. Turn 3 now for the Snakes. So the Snakes have their ball on their own 14. Oh yeah, it's still turn 3 on their own 14-yard line. So their team pretty well marked by the Nurgle team right now. This is where the Nurgle team wants to be. I don't know what the plan is here for the Snakes. Oh, S-Beaver with the gifted sub. Thank you very much for the gift. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Houndot. Cobblestone BB says the footage is clearly fake. I see no Gabos celebrating with the trophy. Thank you for your generosity, SP Beaver. I appreciate it. Failed dodge by Rattler over in the left wide zone. That dodge was a 2+. All positive dodges will be a 2+ for this Dark Elf team. They have edge of 2+ across the board. NC Snakes losing that free reroll they were granted by Nuffle. With all this extra time, Nurgle might spell worse. They get a knockdown on JD Whitey. The Pestigore over in the left wide zone. That's right, in the rain as well. That's not helping. Or maybe it is. Does the rain help? Good armor break here. Gets a stun. Black Mamba number 2 on the armor break gets a stun against Wags. We'll move forward. It looks like they're trying to secure the left wide zone here with their team. Maybe try to shoot the ball down the left sideline. That wet Nurgle smell. Ugh. All right, securing the left wide zone here, has the ball on their own 2-yard line. Yeah, don't put OBS on when you're sharing your whole screen. Don't put OBS on it. Four plus succeeds, trying to get away from the big guy here. This is what we were talking about in the pregame. Boy, Mark Cloud doing work here. That big guy with that tentacles. So that's a strength of 5 minus a strength of 3. That's a 2. You need a 6 to keep the player locked in place due to tentacles. That means a 4 plus, a 50-50 will keep those players locked in place. BB Nut doing a great job this season, keeping that big guy in a position where you can lock down a number of opposing pieces. Yeah, SB Beaver says, I feel Tentacle has paid dividends for the last game or two. Indeed. Those boxes you see there, those blue squares, those are a disturbing presence. That'll put a hamper on the passing game. We're probably not going to see a passing game here tonight. The Dark Elf team are the quote-unquote running elves. They don't have a passer. They could certainly pass, but double skulls here as they go against Rattler. They have to dip into a reroll. It'll be a dodge. I'm sorry, it'll be a knockdown thanks to tackle against Rattler here. Trying to break armor on an 8+ due to Mighty Blow. It doesn't work out. But they don't have a passer, so that's pretty risky. They could certainly try it on a quick pass if they really have to, but they're probably going to keep the ball grounded all night tonight. So those big blue squares aren't going to have a lot of impact. But what they do is they give you a -1 to all the passy type stuff, and they stack. And they stack whether those players who are exerting that disturbing presence are standing or prone. So you can see in the middle there, which if I could draw on the screen, I would draw. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 overlapping disturbing presence squares, so that would be a -5. NC Stakes on turn 4 with 1:27 left to play. They have the ball on their own 2-yard line. Thank you very much, Hound. We all very much appreciate your work. Allowing my cameraman dreams to happen. Finally! Rushing to cover the front of the ball carrier. Blitz still on the table. I think it's going to be a blitz on that Pestigore. Here it comes, 2-die blitz. That's a knockdown, looking for a 9+. Doesn't get it, has to follow up. Due to Frenzy. Frenzy lets you block a second time if the first block is a push. In fact, you must block a second time. That has a number of ramifications, like you saw right there. It's one of the few skills that are mandatory. So on your first block, if that's a push, you must... Oh no! Nuffle, no! Failed the rush, spent a reroll, stayed on his feet. Cottonmouth now on the opposing 16-yard line. It's one of the few skills that are mandatory. Most skills are optional in this game. And if the first block is a push, you must follow up, you must block again. The ramifications of that. Cobblestorm saving the Snakes' lives there with lowering the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%. Didn't lower the dodge failure rate, though. Oh, going in the foul on Bonix there didn't get the removal, had 2 assists on the foul. That treats that armor value as effectively a 7+, but couldn't break armor with a 5. But the ramifications of a frenzy follow-up means you could be out of position, meaning you're marked by somebody you don't want to be marked by. It could mean you have to roll a rush die if you're out of movement on a blitz. Remember, a block on a blitz costs a point of movement. If you're out of movement, you have to follow up. You've got to rush. You've got to roll that rush die. So frenzy can be tricky, a tricky skill to play around. But once you get the hang of it, it's a great skill to remove players, right? Because you're rolling more dice. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. The Broncos on defense. They got aggressive. The NC Snakes did not shy away from that aggression. And now they have a number of players behind the defensive line. Got the knockdown on Rattler, no armor break. Leave my card player alone. PB Nuts so toxic. So the Broncos taking marks on players that they're going to try to beat into oblivion here, trying to prevent more players from trying to cover the ball carrier so that perhaps the Broncos can get this ball back with a full quarter to score. If they can do that, it'll be 1-1 at the end of the half, and then they will have the ball in the second half of this game to try to win with a 2-1 grind. Second quarter begins. The NC Snakes in control. They can score right now if they wish to. They're going to try to stall this out for as long as possible, and to do that, they need players to protect this ball carrier. A little bit of protection on the ball carrier right now. Witch Elf on the left side. Lyman on the right. I'm sorry, Blitzer on the right. No, that's a lineman. That's a lineman. BB Nut, please with Boob. Let me break armor. Don't you know the rules of this game? You are elves. Your armor's supposed to break. Stop being a cheater. Pretty good protection on the ball carrier right now. Remember, this elf team with an edge of 2+ dodges, positive dodges, meaning no negative modifiers on a dodge, or 2+. They also have the speed advantage, so they can get back into position faster than the Nurgle team can. You saw the Snakes do that just a moment ago in this drive, where they stayed up the line of scrimmage. They broke away down the left sideline. They controlled that left sideline, and they were able to do that for just one turn, so that ball carrier could break free. And now a number of elves, 6 elves protecting the ball carrier right now. Failed dodge. That'll be a turnover. That would have been number 7. Turn 5 now for the Broncos. Broncos repositioning the bloaters. The bloaters are the strength 4 pieces on this roster. SP Beaver says, so they do remember how to fail a dodge. Mark Cloud there, you see them slithering towards the offensive unit there. That is the big guy with tentacles. Also has Mighty Blow and Guard. Strength of 5. Here's a blitz. 2-die blitz against core number 2 will be a push by JD Zahn coach Whitey. Trying to blitz with the tackle Mighty Blow player. Tackle plus block plus Mighty Blow plus horns on the blitz makes you an absolute killer. Horns on a blitz gives you 1 more point of strength that treats your strength, in this case, as a strength of 4. Tackle negates the dodge skill in all respects, including on the block. Mighty Blow gives you a +1 to your armor or your injury roll. And of course, the block skill treats a both down result as safe for you. The Snakes now on turn 6. They're going to try to stall this out for one more turn. If they can stall this out for one more turn, I think they've got this in the bag for this half. I don't think the Nurgle team is going to have enough time left on the clock, enough turns to try to tie this ball game up. They could certainly do it with 2 turns, but I think this Dark Elf team that has remained surprisingly resilient will have ample opportunity to try to stop it. Now closing up the protection here to keep this ball carrier safe for one more turn. Really great job here by Moog. Not dacking off the dacking. Did I just turn that into a verb? You know what? It's a verb. Not dacking off the line. Deciding to engage, keep the positioning on the pitch. Was able to secure the ball down the left wide zone. And now stalling this out as the ball shifts over into the right wide zone. 2-die blitz, got through that foul appearance. Gets the knockdown on grave mistake, the number 7 bloater. 10 plus breaks armor, but couldn't get it. Rolled a 9. Electric Man says, what do you do after you stall one more turn? I think you score. So what's weird is that the audio is still like the menu audio, but whatever. Turn 6 back to the Broncos. Broncos desperately trying to get this ball back with a number of turns left to try to get on the board here. So if the Broncos aren't able to score at the end of this half, they will have another opportunity to score in half number 2. And if that ends up as a draw, we will be going to overtime. In overtime, you do not get back your rerolls. You do not get back the time on your bonus clock. So the NC Snakes here down to 5 minutes 29 seconds on the bonus clock. That will not replenish. Reroll spent here to get the knockdown thanks to tackle. Snake Plissken knocked to the ground, but no armor break. Spire, welcome to the stream. Spire says this is some prime elfing. Big guy fails a really stupid roll. Most big guys in the game of Blood Bowl have a nega trait, as it's colloquially referred to. This is a trait that has some negative effect on the player. In this case, this player, big old dummy. Rolls a d6 on a 1, loses his tackle zones, loses his action, and won't recover those tackle zones if he succeeds on that roll in a future turn. Turn 7 for the Snakes. They're going to try to knock down this Pestigore here. It looks like, is that Bonix? Snake Plissken. No, this is JD Whitey. Going after JD Whitey. Gets the knockdown here. Needs a 9+. Doesn't break armor. Good 2+ back to safety. Is he going to stall this out for another turn? I think he may. No reason to risk that dodge if you're not going to score. So I'm going to try to keep this protective pocket. Is it a pocket when you're downfield? This protective coverage for one more turn. Fails a dodge. Succeeds on a die roll. Snakes down to 1 reroll for the half. That's very true. Electric Man says, all players have the negative trait if they roll a 1. They fail something. Look at this, dodging for days. This is what elves do. All elf teams have a number of players, often all of their players, with an agility of, we'll say for the big guys, but agility of 2+. Very easy for them to get around, even, especially if there's just one. Well, especially if there's no tackle zones to get through. But when they're dodging, if there's just one tackle zone, for a lot of teams, that's enough. to close that gap. But for Elves, if there's one tackle zone and they just get the one positive dodge away, they'll break through that line. So in order to combat that, you often have to put multiple tackle zones between an Elf team and where they want to go. Cobblestorm demanding death. We haven't had any tonight. I can't draw on the screen, unfortunately. Nuffle has the... You know what this is? You know, all these problems were Nuffle saying, you know what? It's a finals match. No Telestrator of Doom. Good foul here, or attempted a foul here. Didn't get anything out of it. BoLieve Broncos desperately trying to get a player advantage. They are a bashy team. That's what they do. They get player advantage. And not having it here, going into the second drive, that's a bad place to be. Enough with this pillow fighting. Good score here by the NC Snakes to get on the board. Here we go. One turn left in the first half unless we have a timeout. I telestrated the transmission. Let's go. Hey, why? Did you see that? Did you see the geometry? Look at that! Do you see that? Wow, that's a bug. That's like the geometry got, they lowered the poly count as if it was like in the distance. All right, turn 8. What is happening? The Broncos will be on offense. They're going to be at the top of the screen here, while the Elves will be on defense. It looks like they're... Yeah, it looks like they're going to put 3 on the line. Everybody else back to safety by the end zone. I figured out audio. Look at me. All right, let's kill the BB3 client. Problem solved. Hey, thanks to thanks to Hound again. I really appreciate it. 3-9 block here in the final turn of the first half. Trying to get a player advantage. Can't break armor with JD Whitey on the blitz. Rolled snake eyes on the armor break. You have researched that sound. Why? We've got one! 2 SPP on the Kaz! Although the Snakes have a bench, but the rookie lineman will be out for the rest of the game. No! Good foul there to remove a player. Argued with the ref, said, "Ref, listen, my whole job is to kill people. I haven't killed anyone. Let me have this one." The ref said, "You know what? That's fine. That's fine." BB Nut successfully arguing the call with the ref. That's going to keep the fouler in the game. Yeah, so the audio wasn't on, so with everything being broken, I just assumed there was no audio. Then Hound reminded me, he's like, "Hey, there is audio. So I had to double check my Discord settings and then reset my audio devices. But now we have audio for the second half of the game. Hooray! All right, now the Snakes will be on defense to start the second half of this game. BoLieve Broncos will be on offense. They're down 0-1, back up to 3 rerolls for each team. Remember, this is the amount of team rerolls they will have for the rest of the game, even if we go to overtime, unless, of course, Nuffle graciously grants an extra team reroll. How many more levels till Ava can research the watch live feature? Haldot says, my question is, do we want full cinematics or are we okay skipping the whole cheerleader animation? Full cinematics! Full cinematics. We do the whole shebang here. We love our cheerleaders. 3 on the line for the Elven defense. 3, or I'm sorry, let's call that, boy, what do you want to call that? Let's call that 2 linebackers and 6 in the secondary. The offense at the top of the screen here. Here's the kick. Very deep kick here by the Snakes. They wanted this to be deep. I have to imagine they did this on purpose. It might be a touchback, however. Yes, indeed it is. That ball is going in the hands of... Who is that? Of Bonix, naturally. Bonix, the MA8 Pestigore. SP Beaver says, yes, it's really a shame they make us watch a match in between cheerleading parts. Oh, actually, I bet you can't hear the audio at all, can you? There, you can now. It might be a little quiet, but you should be able to at least hear it. There we go. That should be good. That should be good. Solving problems on the fly. 2-9 blitz over the right wide zone. A POW against Magnificent Catastrophe. Looking for a 9+ to break over here. Haldot says, sometimes in my dreams I hear the menu music and that goblin getting obliterated on startup. NC Snakes currently in the lead. So they wanted that deep kick because they wanted to try to get behind this line with leverage their speed and their agility to get behind the line to put immediate pressure on that ball before the ball could be caged up. Unfortunately, it was kicked a little too deep, ended up being a touchback. The BoLieve Broncos got the ball in the hands of Bonix, the MA8 Pestigore. Now that ball is caged up on the Broncos' own 4-yard line. .38 seconds to go on the clock while the Snakes trying to hold this Nurgle team to a blitz this turn, and they will happily oblige. 2-9 blitz by JD Zon Coach Whitey against Corn. Number 2 gets the knockdown thanks to block, but got nothing out of it. Repositions back on the right side of the ball carrier. Magnificent Catastrophe stands up, the lineman, to take a mark against that knockdown Dark Elf player over in the right wide zone. Here comes the big guy going right down center pitch. Electric Man says, I'll bet they're actually not trying to hold this Nurgle team. Touche. turn 10 for the NC Snakes. Their main goal right here is going to be to stop this score. They want to do that at, well, I would argue all costs, but if Moob's going to run the Snakes in the Dungeon Bowl, maybe not all costs. But that's goal number 1, stop the score. Goal number 2 is to try to open up this cage and recover the ball. If they could do that and score, they'd be in great shape to win this competition. Failed dodge over on the left side of the line here. It's going to keep the result, not spend the reroll. That'll be a turnover. Turn 11 now to the Broncos. 2-die block to get things started. Freezing Star, the number 5 bloater on the block, gets a push against Moccasin number 2. Continuing to move forward down center pitch. They're going to try to control center pitch. The big value, of course, being that it gives them every movement option in the world. They can move forward, they can move backwards, they can move left, they can move right, and that forces the defense to have to cover all those positions. The defense has to thin out, it has to spread out. That makes it less effective. Boy, this Elven Armor, I tell you, if you're going to work on anything for a finals match, working with your armorer to increase the efficacy of your armor, that's what you do. You don't run hills, you don't run sprints, you get your armor in order. Electric Man's asks, is BB Nut heading down the pitch? Yes, that is correct. Turn 11 now for the Snakes. Snakes continuing to be marked by the Snurgle team. And you can see on that front right corner there, that's where the big guy is, currently marking 4 Dark Elves with that tentacle. It's a 4+. It's a 50-50 for each of them to try to get away. The NC Snakes would prefer to try to block their way out of this, but that's going to be real tough to do. Repositioning the safety. Black Mamba number 2. The Witch Elf on the left side here. Two-die block got through the foul appearance of Grave Mistake. That's not my words, Grave Mistake. I think you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful. Got the knockdown here on the blitz. You can see BB Nut, I wish I could draw on the screen, but BB Nut trying to mark out these players to try to thin out the player. If you can't remove a player from the pitch, the next best thing is to remove them from the drive. So let's say you have a player, you mark that player with one of your own players on one side, and then on the orthogonally adjacent side, or opposite side, that player can't get away unless they do a dodge. That dodge, at best, is a -1. There's really nowhere for them to go without a negative modifier. It's a way to lock them out. Another way... Whoa! You know what? You know what? If your opponent can't break armor, you may as well break your own. Moccasin number 2 on the failed dodge dislocates his shoulder and will be out of this game unless the apothecary is spent. If you have an apothecary on your roster, you can use it one time to re-roll your injury roll. There's the apothecary being spent. The medical cleaver just gives a serious injury to Moccasin. So does his job, however, Moccasin will be out for the rest of the game. Turn 12 now for the Broncos. If you don't mark out a player by marking them on either side, you could also mark them out by just getting between where they are and where they want to be. And now you have less players that you really have to worry about as you either move the ball down the pitch or you go after the ball or you're trying to stop the ball. Two-die blitz against core number 2. This will be a knockdown. Looking for an 8+. JD Whitey repositions and marks out that player again after the knockdown. Well done. Great positioning here by BB Nut. trying to set up a cage down the right wide zone. Here comes the ball down to the opposing 6-yard line. So shifting over to the right wide zone, putting a number of tackle zones over on the left side of this cage to prevent these elves from collapsing in on this offensive cage and encircling it and preventing it from moving back to the left. Two assists on the foul. Got a KO on the foul. Gets called off the pitch again. It is a championship game. You can't get away with this. Tried to argue the call again, and the ref says, not this time. You got the removal. Get out of here. Turn 12. Back to the Snakes. Final turn of the third quarter. They're in the lead 1-0. Kale Cobblestone says, Bonix now technically able to score. You are allowed to be disgusted by that. That is indeed true. Bonex with an MA of 8. 2 rushes means Bonex can move 10 spaces. There's 13 spaces between the line of scrimmage and the end zone. Or I should say 13 spaces from the line of scrimmage to the end zone. Bonex, 3 spaces in. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. In scoring position right now. BB Nut says, your refs suck. Two-die block on Ajax the Rat's going to work out thanks to the block seal. There's the armor break. There's the removal, evening the odds. The Dark Elves saying, get out of here. I'm tired of this bad rap we get as elves. We're going to show you we can punch just as hard. 53 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. Good toothless dodge on the left side of, I wouldn't even call this a scrum, of this formation. Got away from tentacles there on the 50-50. Four plus to a 3 plus to a 2 plus all worked out. Try to get away from the tentacles again. Indeed, it works out. Oh, no, it doesn't work out. Got a 6. Two-die block on rat number 3. He's going to get knocked to the ground. Tried to get away. Cauliflower says, JD Whitey blitz. Got the POW. 8 plus breaks armor on corn number 2. No armor break. That's going to free up an attempt to score. I don't know if the Broncos are going to try it now or not. Probably not. Far too early here. Give plenty of time to this healthy Dark Elf team to try to win this game 2-1. And indeed, they're going to shuffle that ball back to the left here. They're on the opposing 4-yard line. Very well caged up right now as we start the fourth quarter of this game. The Snakes in the lead. There are 3 open competitions in a season. The Chaos Cup, the Spike Magazine Trophy, and the Dungeon Bowl. The top 2 teams from each of those competitions earns an invitation to our final competition of the season, the Invitational, the Blood Bowl. Guaranteed invitations. Other teams can qualify depending on how the bracket shapes up. BB Nut won the Chaos Cup with this team, and we've never had a coach win 2 competitions back-to-back. The BoLieve Broncos trying to be the first. The NC Snakes losing to the Broncos in the Chaos Cup finals. And now they're trying to exact revenge here and pull out a championship of their own here tonight. Festoon says MAML Nightmare need to redeem themselves. MAML Nightmare finishing this competition in 3rd place. So if there are going to be more teams in the Blood Bowl, then MAML Nightmare is at the top of the pile. They would be if we do have more teams than the winners and the runners up, then MAML Nightmare is guaranteed to make it and advance to the Blood Bowl. Two-die block against Freezing Star, the number 5 bloater, gets a POW out of this. 10 plus is really difficult to break. If you think of a 2d6, it's not linear, right? There's one way to roll a 2, there's one way to roll a 12, but there's lots of ways to roll a 7 or a 6 or an 8. So when you think of an armor value of say 9 plus versus 10 plus, that's a significant difference. It's not a linear. It's not just one, quote unquote. It's a pretty big difference. Turn 14 for the Broncos. They've got 3 turns to get on the board here. This ball is very well caged up, but they've got to move. Bonix, of course, with that MA8, just needs to be 3 squares in from the line of scrimmage to be in scoring position, but they're also going to need a lane for that player as well. Spire says, excuse me, 10 plus is hard to break? Did you see my playoff games? Electric Fan says there's lots of ways to roll a 1. Ball shifts back to center pitch, giving them maximum movement options here. So the ball on the opposing 6-yard line, dead center on the field. Turn 14 for the Snakes. 3 turns left if they can hold out for 3 turns. They are the new Spike Magazine Trophy champions. The current reigning Spike Magazine Trophy champion is, in fact, our current league champion, Nick Satan, winning last season with Cenozoic Park, a Lizard team. Cobblestorm says, oh Lord, left a chain on the ball, except he didn't. Great. Trying to dodge away from the big guy. Needs a 4 plus. Can't get it. He's going to stay right in place. Trying a second time. Nope. Mark Loud says, I'm not done with you. You stay here. That is 2 lockdown Dark Elves over on the right side here by that big guy. That tentacle skill. Fantastic, especially in a matchup like this. Failed the Dauntless roll here just to make this a 1-die block. Didn't need it. Got the PAL against Vastaman. Breaks armor. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't break armor. Got the PAL. Gets the knockdown here. Houndot says those tentacles are brutal. They are, and BB Nut does a great job of positioning that big guy exactly where he needs him to be. A lot of coaches will keep their big guy at center field, like they'll be in the center position, and just try to be extra strength to control center pitch because it's valuable to control center pitch. But BB Nut really taking advantage of that tentacle skill, gets that big guy into position exactly where he needs him to be. Has done a great job of that all season long. Penultimate turn for the BoLieve Broncos. They've got to end this turn in scoring position. They've got 2 turns to get on the board. If they don't, the NC Snakes will be the new Spike Magazine Trophy champions. Not a time for the big guy to fail the really stupid roll. Really stupid. You roll a d6, so long as you have a friendly player adjacent to you, like BB Nut has had here, it only fails on a 1. Otherwise, it fails on a 1, a 2, or a 3. Bad time for that roll to, for that negatrait to proc. Yeah, needs to pull another player in there to cover the failed really stupid roll. Turn 15 for the Snakes. The ball carrier's in scoring position. Has 1 extra space of wiggle room. The Snakes need to stop the score. Can they do it on this turn? The Snakes with 9 players left on the pitch. They have both of their Witch Elves. They have, I think, all of their Blitzers. BB Nuts, BB Nut. Cobblestorm says now there's actually a chain, but it's covered by guard. One minute to go in turn 15. The Snakes have to stop the score on this turn. They've got to cover the right sideline as well. 2-die block against Cauliflower. That's not going to cut it. Spends the team reroll. That is a turnover. The Broncos are going to get on the board here. What is it? 1 rush? I think it's 1 rush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 rush will do it. The Broncos rolling dice here. They have 3 rerolls. We're going to overtime so long as I shouldn't call it too quickly. There is a rush that has to be passed here. But the Broncos are going to keep all 3 of their rerolls for overtime. The NC Snakes will have 2 left for overtime. The way is clear. Going for the blitz on the Witch Elf. 3-die blitz against Black Mamba number 2. He's going to get the knockdown here, looking for his 7+ to break armor. Black Mamba sidestepping into one of the 3 open spaces. Sidestep lets you move to any space you, as the block, as the coach of the block player, wishes to go. Boy, BB Nut has no fear. 1 rush will do it. There it is. It is a tie. Ball game with 1 turn to go in the second half. Hey, we've got the new BoLieve Broncos cheerleaders. Much better than the previous cheerleaders. I love the bells. 1 turn left unless we have a timeout. Otherwise, we're going to overtime. I think it's 11v11. Let's see. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 11v11. BoLieve Broncos are going to play out this final turn here. Trying to set up a formation here just to prevent any shenanigans on a timeout. I don't think there's any 1-turn opportunity here for the Snakes. So the Snakes need a timeout to try to win this game in turn 16, or else we go to overtime. If we go to overtime, it is a full 8 turns we will play until turn 24. Rerolls will not be replenished. Bonus clock will not be replenished. However, there will be a coin toss. And you can bet, I've never seen a team in overtime not take the ball if they win the coin toss. Electrics Man says, overtime is still 11 on each side. Ridiculous. I know. I bet you BB Nut agrees with you. BB Nut desperately taking the blocks. Just couldn't get the armor breaks. Alexis Man with Telestrator of Doom. Unfortunately, I can't do it. Here's the kick. Brilliant coaching. The Snakes get an extra reroll. They will be up to 3 for overtime. If only you could use Telestrator. So we're going to overtime here. The Snakes trying to get a player advantage. going after Moob going after himself. Oh, you know what? This is really tricky. Moob coaching the NC Snakes, but also playing for the BoLieve Broncos. Does that mean Moob is a champion either way? Going for the pickup here, trying to pick up some SPP. Got it on the pass. Well done. That's one SPP for Sidewinder. And we are going to overtime in this championship match. 1-1 the score. Who's going to win the coin toss? 11v11 on the pitch. A full complement of rerolls as well. Oh, it was only for the drive. The Broncos win the coin toss. And they're going to be on offense. Of course they're going to be on offense. I believe that means we have to disqualify both teams over conflict of interest. I mean, the only just thing to do at this point would be to just give this championship to a human team, right? A human team, right? We can all agree on that? Solid defense on the kick, rolls a D2. 5 open players get to reposition on the kick. The rain has not let up all game long. Keith Griff Jr. says, were you by chance a third place coach? Moob says, I claim foul play. He won the coin toss in both finals. You know what, Hound Dot? We should give the championship to the cameraman. You're absolutely right. Give it up to Hound Dot for saving this championship stream here this evening. Oh, thank you very much, Keith Griff Jr. I appreciate it. If only the cameraman had a telestrator. Cobblestorm says, come on, spawn catch. Ah! I saw the 4 and I was like, oh, that's a 6. Dude, block here is going to work out due to the block skill. As we get this game underway, the ball carrier moves up to the to their own 4-yard line. 2 touchbacks in the rain, yeah. BB Nut will absolutely take that. Doesn't have to roll to pick up the ball in the rain. Turn 17 back to the Snakes after the turnover. Are they going to try to apply some pressure on the ball here? They could go over, they could blitz down that right lineman and go after the ball. They take a mark over in the left wide zone against the lineman there. Two-die blitz, got the pal, number 13, and now here comes the pressure. That's a mark on the ball carrier. Cobblestone says that was a case of BB Nut clicks way too fast, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, especially when you get into overtime. We've all made those mistakes, though. We've all done it. Witch Elf down the left side here. Fails the dodge. Will Nuffle provide? No. 2 marks on the ball carrier now. They're going to try to lock down this ball and recover. If they can do that, they can get on the board. Still going to need some players in front of the offensive line. Electric Span says, well, he only has 7 minutes 30 seconds left of time bank. BB Nut has not dipped in the bonus clock once all game. Cobblestorm says, I especially like doing these with Sauruses, you know, because they dodge so well anyway. Good dodge, gets a 3rd elf down behind the ball carrier. Snakes back on the bonus clock, down to 5 minutes, 12 seconds. Turn 18 for the Broncos. Heavy pressure by these Elves. 2-die block in front of the cage is going to be a push against Garter number 2, the number 11. Injured rookie lineman. Playing with an injury, playing with a broken arm. What a champion. Good armor break on the left side here. Got the removal. One-man player advantage for the Broncos. Repositioning, grave mistake to take a mark on those 3 rear Elves. And now here comes move on the blitz. Fails the rush. Fails the rush. Snake Eyes. Snake Eye. You know what? I don't even know if replay works. Let's see if replay works. Failed the rush here on a Snake Eyes. Had to spend a team reroll. Yeah, look at that. We've got replay. Cobblestorm says Moob throwing the game in favor of Moob. You know, that's on BB Nut. BB Nut hired Moob to play on his team. That is all on him. 2-9 block on Bonix, the ball carrier. This is going to be a knockdown. 9+ is going to break armor. There's... Wow, what a removal! What a removal! Broke armor on Bonix, the MA8. Pestigore. That ball's going to drop right at the 2-yard line. Regen kicks in. But I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Bonix is going to be out for the rest of this drive. This may be the only drive of consequence in this game, or in this overtime. Great removal. And now a failed dodge. Boy. He'd do a stun. Oh, now the murder ball's happening. Turn 19 for the Broncos. They're going to start with a 2-die block against Garter number 2 again. They got the POW out of this. They'll be looking to get a Pestigore in on this ball. Pushes an elf off the ball. I think that's one. Yeah, one more elf there marking the ball in that back right corner. Pestigore blitz. 2-die blitz against Black Mamba number 2. Got the POW here. Moob feeling guilty. Now playing for real for the Broncos. They get a stun out of this. I hope Moob becomes the ball carrier for BB Nut. I hope it comes down to Moob trying to stop Moob from scoring. One die block against core number 2. JD Whitey on the block. They're going to get a knockdown thanks to tackle. 8+ breaks armor due to Mighty Blow. There's the armor break. And a good removal, and now the removals start to stack up. There are 2 wolves inside of you. Both are Moob. Keith Griff Jr. says BB Nut should do it just for the lulz. Turn 19 for the Snakes. Dead Freddy, welcome to the stream. Yes, indeed, it is overtime. We've had terrible technical problems that we've sorted out with the power of teamwork. One die block against grave mistake here. This will be a knockdown due to the block skill. The power of teamwork, and also having sources and scenes set up properly so that you can swap something in without breaking everything else. The power of teamwork and organization. Dead Freddy says, who is technically on offense? It is the Nurgle team, the BoLieve Broncos. They're actually at the top of the screen. They are moving down. It is a long story. Well, it's not that long, but I am streaming a stream of the game. So I don't have direct control over the camera. Oh no, failed the rush. Look, I don't know how many times I've said it, but a rush fails if you roll a 1. That is a 1 in 6. Do the math. 1 divided by 6. 900%. It's simple arithmetic. Double Skulls has to spend a team reroll here into double pushes against rat number 3. Festoon says, I have to commend both coaches. They're both awesome and really great. They are. They are both awesome people and awesome players. They both very much deserve to be here in the finals, and they've given us a fantastic game. Two-die block against line of scrimmage fodder 1. The rookie lineman in a championship game. He's like, why did my parents name me this? Cobblestorm says spawn open for the pickup in the rain. Easy. Easy. Just roll 6s, man. Super easy. One die blocks a power over in the right wide zone. Nurgle team trying to consolidate their players to get that guard, to get those assists, to get that ball, move that cage. Turn 20 for the Snakes. If there is no winner by the end of turn 24, it will go to Kicks. Kicks is effectively a roll-off. Stand-up blitz. Gets a knockdown here on Run Bad, the number 12 lineman, looking for a 9+. Got the armor break. We have had more armor breaks in the past 4 turns. Hey! Oh, grave mistake. Picks up the ball, the bloater with the ball. But rolls a pow on the block. Grave mistake, had the ball for all of 4 seconds. Move has recovered the ball. Move with the ball against Move. Let's go. The bloater's like, oh, I finally get the ball. I get to show people what I can do. The Move says it's fine. I got it. I got it. I gotta go beat myself. I gotta watch how I say that. A failed dodge here on the 3+ dodge, gets a free reroll. Do the dodge skill, but fails the dodge. That is a turnover. Turn 21 for the Broncos. Positive dodge away right now by Moob. 4 glorious seconds. Keith Griff Jr. says, we got what we wanted. Move's like, nah, not me. 2-die blitz by Move. Gets the push. Will not follow up here. And now Move takes off with the ball to the opposing 8-yard line. Move trying to defeat the team he is coaching. He does it all. He coaches. He plays all at the same time. 2-die block against Gardner number 2. Cauliflower on the block. Gets the knockdown here. No armor break. The Dark Elves now behind the ball. 2-die. Oh, this is a... No armor break at least, but this is a tough knockdown. 2-die block against Snake Plissken will be a push. And now 50-50 dodge fails. Won't spend the reroll. 50-50 dodge doesn't work out. The lineman will knock himself out. We are on turn 21. The Snakes desperately need to get at this ball right here. The Snakes with, I believe, 9 on the pitch. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, with 8, 9. 9 left on the pitch. They've got a mark on the ball carrier. The ball carrier does not have block, does not have dodge. Does seem to have wrestle. Wrestle says on a both down result, you can treat the result as both players going prone, but there's no armor break and no turnover. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on the ball carrier. That's going to work out. 9+ is going to break armor here. No armor break. Where's the ball scatter? Ball or bounce. I should use the right terminology. Ball bounces to the 8, just inside the left wide zone. Very calm first 2 halves of this game, and in overtime, it has gotten nuts. Good dodge to the left sideline here to get a Witch Elf into play. Failed the pickup here by Sidewinder, and that will be a turnover. Favorable bounce here as we go into turn 22. This ball has now bounced to the Snakes' 10-yard line. Double pals on the right side of the ball. We get a knockdown. We get a removal. 2 SPP for the bloater. And that is another removed elf. +9 armor break attempt. Doesn't work out. Stand up blitz. 2-die blitz against Sidewinder. Knockdown due to tackle. We'll follow up here for sure. Is Moob going to pick the ball up here? It's a -1. No. No pickup by Moob. Moob says, look, I can't do this. This is my team that I'm coaching. 2-die block. Gets a pal here. JD Whitey on the... Boy, the numbers are dwindling for the Dark Elves. Another removal here for the Broncos. Two-die block against Cottonmouth number 3, the rookie blitzer. This will be a push. 3 elves pushed out of the drive. 2 left in the drive. We'll call that 4. Good. That's 2 great rushes to mark out one of those witch elves. Turn 22 for the Snakes. Now they need to be really thinking about whether they can get this ball and score, or whether they need to stop the score here and just pray to Nuffle and win this in kicks. Move with 1 minute 20 seconds left on the bonus on the clock and 5 minutes 12 seconds on the bonus clock. Plenty of time, but no rerolls remaining. We're starting with the blitz. 2-die blitz against Move. Gets the knockdown. Has to follow up due to frenzy. The ball's still marked. Good rush to get an assist against Vastaman. Very well done here by the Witch Elf. So oh boy, couldn't get away from Mark Cloud. So what Moob did here with that Witch Elf, so he spent the blitz to clear the ball, rushed into position to get another assist against Vastaman, was going to go for the block there. And so the blitz was already spent, can't blitz again. He got the block because the Witch Elf has jump up on a 2+. He gets to stand up and just take a block. You don't have to spend 3 MA with jump up, and that means after a die roll, you could just block instead of a blitz. Stood up, got the both down result, and then use wrestle to knock both players down. That cleared the ball, but that left just one player left to try to pick up the ball and couldn't get away from the tentacles of the big guy. Turn 23 now for the Broncos. Electric Man says if it goes to kick stations, start the game over. 3 elves protecting this ball. 2-die blitz against Taipan. Got the knockdown thanks to block, but no armor break. A scrum forming around the ball. That is a turnover. Turn 23 back to the Snakes. Three players with a strength of 4 marking the ball right now. Cobblestorm said he didn't stand up, move the Pestigore. Indeed, he did not move the Pestigore. I think that's Moob. Yeah, that is Moob. Moob lying prone on the 14-yard line. The Snakes looking for a way to get this ball downfield to score on 24. Two-die blitz by Snake Plissken. Gets a push here. Frees up the blitzer. The blitzer... Where is the blitzer going? Could go downfield to be the scoring threat, or... Yeah, it's going to be the scoring threat. So the blitzer is going to use the rest of their movement to move downfield to the opposing 14-yard line. Uphill block on Vastaman is going to be a push, and it's a push onto the ball. Oh, I thought he only had to go on the ball. That'll be a turnover. Turn 24 for the Broncos. The Broncos have to stop the score here and then pray to Nuffle. They're going to take a mark on the scoring threat. Two-die block against Cottonmouth number 3. This will be a knockdown. Breaks armor. 2 SPP on the team. Two-die against Black Mamba will be a both standing result here. Black Mamba staying alive to try to win this game. Move with the blitz on Black Mamba. It's just going to be a push. Black Mamba stays alive. Will she sidestep on the ball? No way. Do it. Let's go. Sidestepping on the ball. Let's go. Pops that ball out of the scrum. And now needs to cover the ball. Vastaman repositions to take another mark on the ball. Rush foul. Gets a stun out of it. No armor break. I'm sorry, armor break. No call off. Desperately trying to knock these elves down, but couldn't pull it off. Turn 24 for the Snakes. It's a long shot, but if they can recover this ball in the rain and get it down to the downfield blitzer, they will become the new Spike Magazine Trophy champions. If not, it comes down to kicks. Two-die uphill on Cauliflower. Gets the push. That's good enough. 1 mark left on this ball. Stand-up blitz. Is it going to be a dodge out? Pick up. No. Failed a 3+ dodge. Who has won this game? BoLieve Broncos up 2-0 on kicks. It's 2-1. 3-1. They need 5. It's 4-1 right now. The Broncos have won it. 4-1 in kicks. Oh my God. Oh man, hard fought game here in overtime. Couldn't recover the ball, failed the dodge. The Broncos win in kicks on the roll-off 4-1, and they are the new Spike Magazine Trophy champions. And for the first time ever, a back-to-back winner in a season. Congratulations to the BoLieve Broncos. What a game! What a game! Cobblestone says win by the most skillful of contexts. Kicks. Move says the miscook gave me a big chance, but a pair of 6+ scatters killed me. Yeah. I mean, it happens. But really, really well played by both these coaches. The number 1 and the number 2 seed for good reason. And with that, the BoLieve Broncos are the new Spike Magazine Trophy champions. They have won 2 competitions this season for the first time ever in league history. Congratulations to BB Nut once again. And now the question becomes, can they do it 3 times? Can they win the Dungeon Bowl as well? If they do, can they run this whole season as champions? I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of contenders trying to stop them. And you know what? You can be one of them. If you want to play in our next competition, registration is going to open up this evening over in our Discord. And there's a link to it right there. You can join our Discord in our Blood Bowl channel. You can sign up for the competition. The instructions for doing so will show up in our announcements channel probably in a few hours, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. I'm going to eat dinner. But you can also just tag me on maybe Unit 2. You can say, hey, I want to play in the next competition. How do I do it? I'll put you on the list. And when registration opens, I will also DM you with instructions on how to do so. It's super easy to do. I hope we see you out here for the Dungeon Bowl. This game is so much fun. I had an absolute blast this competition. I've had a blast all season long. I can't wait for our next open to start here. This is hype, man. I wasn't rooting for one team or the other, but now that BB Nuts won it, I might be rooting for BB Nut to win to take the whole season. But I won't do it officially. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for hanging out. Why can't I speak? Because I'm hungry. A huge shout out to Houndot for saving the stream here tonight after the Blood Bowl 3 servers have been very, very spotty. Houndnut saving the day for us here this evening. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very, very much, Houndot. You're a superstar, and honestly, really showcasing one of the things I like a lot about this Blood Bowl community. Everyone is super cool. You have lots of coaches that have played the game, coaches that have not played the game, but everyone's super friendly. Everybody wants to talk shop, make sure everybody improves in the game, and have a lot of fun doing it. And everyone helps each other, and I think that is fantastic. So my big thanks again to Houndot here this evening for saving the day. My big thanks to all of you for it feels so weird just doing this in silence. My big thanks to everybody that came out and watched today. My big thanks to everybody that's participated in this competition. Again, I had a blast. I hope I see everybody out for our Dungeon Bowl. It will start in probably 2 weeks. We'll have registration open for 2 weeks, and then we'll get started in our third and final open competition this season. Thank you very much, everybody. When the Dungeon Bowl starts, we'll start streams back up. It's going to be probably 3 weeks before we have our next stream game. It's going to be we're going to give 2 weeks for registration. Then we'll, if it's a divisional competition, which it will likely be, we'll give some time for coaches to vote on their divisions and accept their invitations, and then we'll get underway. So plenty of time to decide if you want to play with us or not. I hope you do. And until then, take care, everybody. Have a great Thursday evening. Thanks for hanging out tonight, all competition long. We'll see you back here for the Dungeon Bowl. Congratulations once again to BB Nutt and the BoLieve Broncos winning back-to-back competitions. Take care, everybody. We'll see you back here for the Dungeon Bowl.